Hello beauties! Welcome back to Beauty Bible for another self-discovery chapter. Ever bought an outfit that looks amazing on your friend but it just doesn't look as good on you? Or you never know which eyeshadow color or lipstick shade to get? Or you dyed your hair in the trendiest color only to regret it because it didn't look that great? The reason behind may be you don't know your seasonal colors. In today's video, we will start by explaining what is seasonal colors, its origins, and why it's important to know your season. Then we will move on to the second part of the video, which is how to find out which season you are and some common misconceptions in color testing on the internet, followed by a quick quiz and the results, including the colors suitable for makeup and clothes and some style icons. Seasonal palette is a color analysis system taking our natural hair color, skin tone, and eye color into account to formulate a color palette best suited for us. Since we tend to associate different colors with the 4 seasons: red, orange, and brown for autumn, blossom pink for spring, pastel yellow for summer, and snow white for winter. The color palette is divided into 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each season contains 3 subtypes. In total, there are 12 seasonal subtypes. The colors in your season will look good on you, but the colors in your seasonal subtype will look the best on you. For example, like Audrey Hepburn, she's tested as a true or cool winter. She looks great wearing clothes from the clear winter palette, but true winter colors made up some of her most iconic looks, such as the little black dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's and the infamous Givenchy red dress from Funny Face. Colors of another season may also suit you. This can happen if they have the same prominent feature. For example, if you are tested as a cool winter, you may also find that the colors of the other cool subtype, cool summer, will also look good on you, because they share the same prominent feature, cool. This is why, despite Audrey being a cool winter, she still suits clothes in the cool summer color palette. The concept of seasonal subtypes may be too complicated for this video, so we will be making a part 2 with a more detailed explanation. Please subscribe and stay tuned. For now, let's keep things simpler and focus on just the 4 seasons. Although color theories have been studied long before, the origin of the seasonal palette can be traced back all the way to almost 60 years ago. A famous artist, Johannes Utten, who believes in individual artistic expression, found that his students tend to use the colors matching their appearances. So he used color plates to illustrate 4 of his students' pictures alongside their paintings and published a book called The Art of Color. According to the hues, which is the temperature of the color, the value, which is the brightness, and the chroma, which is the saturation, he categorized different colors into 4 categories. As life imitates art, the colors in these categories actually resemble those in the 4 seasons, so he named them after the seasons, creating the concept of seasonal colors. Just as Charles Dickens had once said, nature gives to every time and season some beauties of its own. In the 4 seasons, spring and autumn represents warmer tones, while summer and winter represents cooler tones. Our aura complement each of the 4 seasons in the natural world. The beautiful colors of each season can be found in our hair, eyes, and skin. Later during the 80s, a color analyst called Carol Jackson further published a book on the theory of seasonal colors, which popularized the theory in mainstream media. Eventually, the popular theory has been introduced into other countries as well. In East Asia, a Japanese color analyst, Sato Yasuko, altered this theory according to the appearances of East Asians, which then become more and more popular in neighboring Asian countries, such as Korea and China in recent years. For my lovely people of color watching this video, please know that beauty is inclusive, and access to beauty should also be inclusive to all. You can find your dominant trait by comparing yourself with people under the same ethnicity and see where you stand. We will explain this further in the video. Finding out your seasonal colors is important. Knowing your seasonal palette can help you determine which colors and shades to buy, so you can spend money correctly to build an effective wardrobe, rather than buying a million pieces of clothing that doesn't suit you. When the colors of your outfit and makeup complement your natural aura, you will look brighter and glowy without even trying. But if you wear the wrong type of colors, you may suppress your natural colors, looking duller and unhealthy. Of course, we have the freedom to wear whatever we want, but this is very useful when you want to stand out more or make a good first impression at a party or date. For example, Fan Bingbing, Megan Fox, and Laputa Neon are all bright winters with cool-toned, high-contrast, dark natural colors. When they wear strong high-contrast colors such as pure white, pure black, American rose red, true green, and royal blue, they are breathtaking and eye-catching. But if they put on warm-toned colors such as gold, bright orange, light colors like pastel blue, and dusty muted colors, they may not look as great and may look even a bit bland. On the other hand, Shu Qi, Sofia Vergara, and Halle Berry are all true autumns with warm-toned and moderate contrast natural colors. Warm-toned colors such as pumpkin orange, wine red, and gold are made for them. They look mesmerizing and elegant. But when they wear pure white and black, their natural beauty is dimmed and washed out by the colors. There are a lot of times where we may see a gorgeous girl and try to copy their style. But what looks great on other people may not always suit us, and this may stop our true beauty from shining through. We are each different but have our own beauty. Some girls bloom as cherry blossoms during early spring. Others are like snowflakes falling from the heavens during winter. We shouldn't try to be someone else just because we see how pretty they are. A sunset and a rose are both beautiful, but it doesn't make one less beautiful than the other. Instead, we should aim to be the best versions of ourselves and be the prettiest that we can be, because no one else is us. Which is why we are here to help you find out what colors suit you best. You may ask, but what if what I like is not my season? That's okay. What suits you best may not be what you like best. You can also take personal preferences into account. After finding out your season, you can choose to wear colors you like within your seasonal palette. Remember, this is just a guideline in helping you find your personal style and curate your style better, especially for when you feel lost and want somewhere to start. Just like your body shape, these are the things you should know about yourself. If you would like to know more about your body shape and the clothing style that suits you, please subscribe and check out our other videos. After all, life is too short to be wearing blacks all the time if you're made for pastels. There are different options to discover your seasonal colors. The most accurate method would be, of course, to go to a professional consultation, where the color consultant can do color draping for you and conduct a complete analysis. You can also do a self-color analysis by using color testing fabrics or color cards. If these two options are not for you, we have also made a quiz where we have compiled most, if not all, available information online. If you are interested, you can also check out the useful resources we have linked below. Before we start the quiz, we just want to note that there are some common misconceptions online for color testing. There was a trend on TikTok before where people photoshopped their heads onto color palettes like this. People may also place their hand on colored paper to see which colors suit them. But these ways may actually be inaccurate due to the color alteration by electronic devices. It is best to do the test in person, under natural lighting, for example, in front of a big window. Please Please know that if your skin have gone through external changes, such as tanning or reddening after getting sunburned or any processes that changes your natural colors, the most suitable colors for you will change, even though the season you belong to may not change. Before we start, please make sure you do not have any makeup on and are under good natural lighting when you do the quiz, preferably in front of a mirror. You can also seek opinions from your family or friends, as you may have some bias. You should aim to see which colors make you look clearer and more clean, such as reducing the visibility of your blemishes and redness in your face, rather than whether they make you look paler or more tanned. We begin to see if our body has cool or warm tones. Feel free to use the comment box to jot down your answers so it is easier to look at your result. First, we will look at your skin undertones. There are 3 types of skin undertones: cool, neutral, and warm. Cool undertones have pink and blue hues. Warm undertones have peach, yellow, or golden hues, while neutral undertones have similar color as your actual skin tone. There are 2 methods of testing your skin undertone. For the first method, check the color of your wrist blood vessels. 1 to 2 centimeters from your wrist is the most accurate. If it is bluish purple, you have cool tone. If it is green, you have warm tone. But if you cannot tell it well, or if the color is between blue and green, then you have neutral tone. The second method is to compare your skin under gold and silver colors. The most accurate way is to place a silver and gold fabric under your face. But if this is inaccessible to you, you can also consider whether you look better in gold or silver clothing. If you look better in silver clothing, you are cool-toned. If you look better in gold clothing, you are warm-toned. If you look good in both, you may be neutral-toned. You can also consider the jewelries you wear. If you look better in silver, platinum, or white gold, you are cool-toned. If you look better in gold, rose gold, copper, and brass, you are warm-toned. However, if you look good in both, you are neutral-toned. Please note that since there are variations in the colors of jewelries themselves, and the areas are too small to reflect light directly onto your skin, using jewelry as a testing method may be a little bit inaccurate. Please note that this is not how tanned or pale your skin is. You can be warm-toned and pale, or have darker skin and still be cool-toned. Skin undertone is not your skin color. It cannot be seen on the surface of our skin by our eyes. Our body colors are determined mainly by melanin. Our skin color visible to our eyes is determined by the total amount of melanin we have in our skin and other environmental factors such as the UV exposure we get. There are 2 types of melanin, eumelanin and theomelanin. Eumelanin is responsible for brown-black pigmentation, while theomelanin is responsible for yellow-red pigmentation. Our undertone is determined by the ratio of these 2 types of melanin relative to each other. Therefore, just because you are pale does not mean you are cool-toned, and just because you are tanned does not mean you are warm-toned. These melanin are also present in our eyes and hair, producing different eye and hair colors. Our skin undertone can only be perceived through placing different colored clothing near our skin. When we wear clothes and makeup same as our skin undertone, our skin will look healthier and glowy. However, if we use colors with the opposite undertone, our skin will look unhealthy and muted. Since silver has the same bluish undertone as cool skin tone, when you put silver clothing on a cool tone person, the light reflected onto the skin of that person will match, so it looks clear and bright. On the other hand, gold has the same yellowish undertone as warm skin tone. When you put gold clothing on warm skin, the light reflected out is the same as the skin tone, so they will also look healthy and glowy. However, if you put silver clothing on a warm person or gold clothing on a cool person, The light reflected out will cause the skin to look unhealthy because their undertones are different. Yellow undertones clash with blue undertone to form a green color, which is not a normal and healthy skin tone. Therefore, it may be perceived as unpleasant to our eyes. Next, we will look at your eye color. If your eyes are more blackish, bright blue, or green and gray hazel, and gray brown, and the boundary between your iris and sclera is clear and distinctive, then you are cool-toned. However, if your eyes are more brownish, turquoise, warm green or blue, olive green, greenish brown, golden brown, chocolate brown, and you have a blurry boundary between your iris and sclera, you are likely to be warm-toned. We have compiled a picture of cool and warm-toned eye colors. You can have a look and see if your eye color matches any of them. Thirdly, we will talk about natural hair color. If you have blackish or ashy blonde and brown hair, you are likely to be cool-toned. But if you have brownish or strawberry, golden blonde, copper, golden auburn, and brown, medium to dark brown hair, you are likely to be warm-toned. Finally, we will consider your temperament, which is basically the aura you give out. This feature is not included in many online tests, but it is quite important. We are not just theories and colors. We have our own emotions, thoughts, and personalities, which are reflected in how we interact with the world. So it is important for us to include this when considering what codes and colors we use. For example, without knowing these beauties, you may at first perceive them to be distant and cold, like a black cat, so the temperament is cool. But on the other hand, for these two beauties, they seem warm and outgoing at a first glance, similar energy as a golden retriever puppy, so their temperament is warm. We need to compare your temperament with your natural colors. Sometimes your temperament may be opposite to your natural colors. For example, Liu Wen is warm-toned, but her temperament is quite cold, since her features are sharp and her gaze is intense. But she is still considered to be a warm-toned person because the warmth of her skin is stronger than her cool temperament. We will now move on to whether you are light or deep. First, we will look at your skin color. Compare your skin color with at least 4 people of your own ethnicity and see where you stand. If your skin color is pale or has pinkish hues, you are light. If your skin color is dark, you are deep. Then, we will look at your eye color. If your eyes are dark towards blackish gray and you have a cooler gaze, you are deep. If your eyes are lighter, warmer colors, and you have a softer gaze, you are light. Finally, we will look at your hair color. If you have heavy and dark hair or coarser and thicker texture, pick deep. If you have lighter hair or finer and thinner texture, pick light. You can see that both Fan Bingbing on the right and Chou Dongyu on the left have black hair, but Fan Bingbing's hair is heavier and darker colored, while Chou Dongyu's hair have lighter and thinner texture. Last but not least, we will consider whether your features are bright or muted by comparing the contrast between the colors of your facial features and your bone structure. Saturated colors are colors that have no gray tone and more towards neon light, such as bright red. But as you add more gray into the color, it becomes more muted and less saturated. Take a photo of yourself under natural lighting. Tune it into black and white. Compare the contrast between your facial features and rate yourself under these criteria. How much contrast are there between your eyes, hair, and skin? How big are your features compared to the blank spaces on your face? How two-dimensional or three-dimensional is your face? The higher the number on the scale, the higher you are in contrast. If you are confused, you can compare your black and white photo with people that belong to different seasons. For example, let's look at Anne Hathaway. She has high contrast between the colors on her face, and her features are Bambi-like big. She has very few blank spaces on her face, and her face is highly dimensional. So, she would have a high contrast face. People with high contrast may suit higher saturated colors, while people with low contrast may suit muted colors. The concepts may be a bit complicated, so please feel free to rewatch this part several times. If you're still confused, you may comment down below and we will try our best to answer. There are two parts in our results. Firstly, mark down which result you got for the questions. In part A, if you have 3 or above in warm, you're most likely a warm. If you have 3 or above in cool, you're most likely a cool. In part B, if you have 2 or above in light, you're most likely a light. But if you have 2 or above in dark, you're most likely a dark. In part C, if you're at the lower end of the scale, you have muted colors. But if you're at the higher end of the scale, you have saturated colors and are bright. Feel free to pause the video if you needed to. Next, we will identify your most obvious feature, which is your primary and secondary feature. Before we start part 2 of the results, please remember that our colors have 3 main features. Hue, whether a color is warm or cool. Value, how light or dark the color is. And chroma, whether the color is mute or bright. The feature that is the most obvious in our colors will be affecting us most when we choose the colors in clothing and makeup. This means that if hue is most obvious in your colors, you using cool or warm colors will make a bigger difference for you, rather than if the color is muted or bright, or if it's light or dark. For example, like Taylor Hill, whose prominent feature is chroma, which is mute. She is a soft summer, so there will be a big difference if she wears muted or bright clothings. She looks great in mute colors, even if they are warmer colors such as beige. But when she wears bright colors such as dark blue, despite them being cool colors in the summer palette, she may look a bit washed out. This is because her chroma is the factor that dominates her appearance rather than value, whether a color is cool or warm. Therefore, she will look good in both warm and cool tone clothings as long as the colors are soft and muted. This is why we need to determine whether the value, hue, or chroma of our colors stand out most. A good rule of thumb to follow is that the colors you choose to use in makeup and clothing should be on the same level as your natural colors, because we are the ones wearing the makeup and clothes, not the other way around. Remember the 3 answers we marked down just now? We will now identify which one of them is the most obvious feature you have. If you cannot identify your most prominent feature by yourself, you can ask your family or friends for their opinions. If you're still unsure, we find that the elimination method is a good way to figure out your most obvious feature. Firstly, do you look significantly better in warm or cool colors, or do you look good in both? If you look good in both warm and cool colors, your primary feature is not hue. If you only look good in warm or cool color but not the other one, consider your primary feature to be warm or cool. Secondly, do you look significantly better in light or dark colors? If you look better in dark colors, you may be a dark, also known as a deep, because people have high contrast features like dark hair and eyes. Therefore, dark clothing suits them well. The opposite is true for light colors. If you can wear both light and dark colors, and none of them make a big difference, your primary feature is not light or dark. Thirdly, can you wear muted or bright colors? If you can only wear bright colors, you may be a bright. If you can only wear mute colors, you may be a soft. If you answer both, your primary feature is not mute or bright. From the above answers combined, you can find your most obvious feature and then your secondary feature And finally, your season. Feel free to pause the video or take a screenshot to look at your result. We will now give you a brief explanation on each season. If you want to know more about your own season in details, let us know in the comments and we will deliver. Now every field is clothed with grass, and every tree with leaves. Now the woods put forth their blossoms. Girls who belong to the spring season are the sakura of the four seasons. You are bright and glow like sunshine, a sunflower that brings energy into every room that you step foot in. April have put a spirit of youth in everything. Like flowers are waiting for the bloom and dewy grass just after the rain, you have the essence of innocence and youthfulness. Looks as beautiful as flowers, dresses fancy like clouds, peonies with crystal dew when spring breezes the railing. Cute and sweet may be what people use to describe you even if you are dressed in cooler styles, and you may easily give off the impression that you look younger than your actual age. Your skin may have warm peachy undertones with a light thin layer, and you may tan more easily. Compared to people of the same ethnicity, your features are not too dark. There may be a natural glow to your face, and you get a soft peachy blush on your cheeks easily. Your eyes are bright and have lighter hues. You may have clearer and brighter eyes than your peers of the same ethnicity, such as light chai, light blue, light green, or light hazel. Your natural hair feels light to the touch. It can range from medium to dark honey brown and highlights under the sun. If blonde hair is present for your ethnicity, you may have light strawberry or golden blonde hair. You can always try out different styles for makeup, but if you want to bring out the essence of your spring-like aura, you may look at light natural looks such as mainstream Japanese or Korean makeup for inspiration. Always go for a lighter dewy look with sheer eyeshadow. You can also play around with lipsticks that are warm-toned. Avoid dark contouring or cool blue colors. Bright, fun colors and pastels are yours to own, such as salmon, peach pink, or warm rose, etc. Feminine, girly, and playful colors will let your beauty shine. Florals, of course, belongs to you as well. Choose colors of warmer tone such as ivory, beige, and camel over colors of cooler tones such as cool gray. It will be best to avoid mature and dark colors of cooler tones such as deep red, pure black, bright purple, and silver. Spring celebrities include Blake Lively, Lily James, Satomi Ishihara, IU, Sonem K. Ahuja, and Yara Shahidi. Spring can be further divided into light spring, warm spring, and bright spring. If you want us to go into details of the spring subtypes, comment spring below to let us know. If you belong to the summer, you are lovely and soft like a fairy from the heavens. Sandy beaches, ocean water, lilac peonies, and green pines. You are the water lily on a pond of calm waters, delicate like glass and gentle like the pale moonlight, the lotus flower in midst of earth. Lotus grows out of clear water whose natural beauty triumphs any embellishments. You would remind him of his first love, the girl next door. Your beauty never needs to scream loud. It is subtle and elegant. It is breathable, fresh, and natural. Without trying, people think that you are quiet and reserved even if you don't agree. Your aura brings peace to every room you walk into, and everyone feels comfortable in your presence. The characteristics of a summer person would be having soft, delicate features blending into each other. You may have pale or lightly tanned skin with ashy undertone that is thin and bright. A pink tinge may rise when you blush, and you may have rosy, purplish lips. You have gray, grayish blue, green, or hazel eyes, gray light brown, or ashy brown eyes. You have thin hair that is ashy and light compared to the peers of the same ethnicity. A light makeup look would work best on you. Rather than a smoky eye or bright red lips, the no makeup or the clean girl makeup look may bring out your natural beauty even more. For shades, you can choose grayish black or gray brown eyebrow, coffee, light gray, gray black, eyeliner. Sheer eyeshadow will also suit you, as well as a cool tone pink lipstick like baby pink, light pink, dried rose colors. If you want to know how to achieve this kind of clear water makeup style, comment down below. Like a water painting, your colors are sheer and never harsh. Morandi's colors are made for you, muted and subtle, yet nonetheless beautiful. When they say you look just like a dream, they are describing you, a midsummer stream. You can find your colors in a Monet painting. Choose muted foggy colors like light cool blue, powder pink, and lavender color. Instead of layering too much, stick to simpler outfits. Cotton, laces, linen, and soft light textures complement you well. When in doubt, go with cool blue tones. Avoid dark, warm, earthy colors such as mustard yellow and deep brown. Bright, vibrant, highly saturated colors or heavy colors such as pine green and pure black. Celebrities who may also be summer are Jung Ji-hyun, Bella Hadid, Yeo Xiaobia, and Rihanna. Summers can be subtyped into light summer, cool summer, and soft summer, according to the contrast of your facial features. If you want to know more about each of the subtype, subscribe and stay tuned for more. Season of mist and mellow fruitfulness, with fruits the vines that round the veg elves run. As the warm fireplace crackles and apple trees harvest in the cottage, you are made for the golden colors of the natural world and the earthly tones found in autumn. If peach blossoms in spring, then autumn must be as elegant as chrysanthemums. You are the marigold in the garden, confident and eye-catching. You can't help but captivate everyone in any room you walk into. A natural glow radiates from you. You are free and unbound. Sexy but sweet. Confident and elegant are what people think of you. Just like the Moroccan sunset, you are the princess living in ancient palaces in faraway lands. To final self be true. You shine the most when you are being yourself. Brave and confident, you shouldn't try to blend in with the others. You are born to shine and to stand out from the crowd. You are warm-toned with low-contrast, muted colors in your features, giving out soft warmth like a glowing fireplace. You may have skin the color of ivory like ceramics or mocha brown, and may often get compliments on your skin texture with minimal to no visible pores. You get tanned quickly and can lay in the sun without getting burned easily. There's rarely any blush on your cheeks. You have a soft gaze and stable eyes of blue, dark hazel, olive green, amber, or golden brown, chocolate brown eyes, as well as warm tones in your hair such as golden blonde, auburn, and brown. Both light and heavy makeup suit you well. For light makeup, stick to earthly shades for a neutral everyday look. If you are going out, a cat eye makeup and a chimney-like smoky eye will look great on you. Stick to matte looks instead of dewy. Use minimal highlights. For eyebrows, you can choose brown, chestnut brown, red brown, and deep brown colors. Mocha brown, chocolate brown, and black brown for eyeliners. For lips, avoid bright cool colors. Unlike spring and summer, you can easily pull off a fuller lips look, using colors such as nude, pumpkin, berry jam, and peach orange. For makeup inspiration, you can look at the autumn style, Thai style, soft glam, and Korean peachy look. Let us know if you would like a tutorial on any of these makeup styles. For wardrobe, you can stick to warm, earthly neutrals for basics, such as beige, cream, khaki, camel, and stone gray. For a more extravagant look, rich colors will also work on you, like salmon pink, orange, deep tomato red, plum purple, and olive green. Be free and play around with patterns. Prints like cheetah and bohemian patterns are made for you. Look for vintage glamour as well. Fall fur and soft reflective fabrics like silk look great on you. Don't be afraid to accessorize. Gold, rose gold, amber, and wooden make jewelries complement you. Anything that shines will make you glow bright. Avoid using light cool tones such as mint green, pastel blue, and baby pink, and colors with cool undertones and high contrast colors such as bright pink, true red, and neons. A lot of beauties with an exotic aura belong to the autumn season and can easily pull off different fashion styles. Celebrities that may be autumn are Zendaya, Han So-hee, Angelina Jolie, and Devon Aoki. Autumns have 3 subtypes: dark autumn, true autumn, and soft autumn. The best and worst colors of each subtypes are different. Let us know if you would like a video talking about the subtypes in details. As a winter person, you have high contrast and saturated natural colors. Contrasting colors bring visual shock to the eyes and leaves a strong first impression. This is also one of the features of many beauties at first impression. If you are interested, feel free to check out our video on how to be a beauty at first sight. It has nothing to do with your facial features at all. The most distinctive feature of a winter person is having cool skin tone with rarely any blush on the cheeks, and you don't get tanned easily. There is a clear distinction between your sclera and iris. Your eyes can be cool blue, cool hazel, deep brown, or almost black with an intense gaze. Your hair is very dark, from dark brown to black without any highlights. You will also look great in high contrast, cool hair colors such as silver gray. For makeup, you can choose light or heavy makeup, but it is more important to stick to colors that are dark, saturated, and has cool undertones. It will be best to avoid colors with warm undertones, such as earthly colors found in the autumn palette or peachy colors found in the spring palette. Stick with dark gray, dark brown, or black eyebrows. Dark brown and black eyeliner will also suit you. For lipsticks, choose colors such as vintage red, bright red, plum, rose red, raspberry, fuchsia that has a cool undertone to them. Clean neutrals look beautiful on you, like pure white, pure black, and pure gray. Rich colors with cool undertone are yours to own, such as magenta, diamond blue, bright red, rose red, violet, and ultramarine green. Stick to simpler color blocks rather than complicated patterns. Classic styles such as the little black dress, a pure white dress, silver dress, black leather, and red dress look great on you. Cold December night, moon and stars pave the sky in pale pearl and diamonds. You belong to the night, where silver, platinum, diamonds, and white pearls reflect their shine on you. Avoid autumn colors such as brown and orange, which may look out of place compared to your cool tone features, as well as softer colors that may wash out your intense natural colors such as pastels or muted colors. Gold and rose gold jewelries may reflect on your face to give a greenish hue. Beauty, of course, can be subjective to every individual, but on a biological perspective, winter is the season where a lot of great beauties belong to because of the visual impression from the high contrast in natural colors. Celebrities that belong to the winter season are Nene, Elizabeth Taylor, Deraba de Morague, Salman Hayek, Brooke Shields, Monica Bellucci, Winona Ryder, and Jasmine Tookes. Winter can be classified further into dark, true, and bright winter subtypes. If you would like to know more about each seasonal subtype, comment winter below and let us know. Some people may say, hey, I suit this color, so I must be this season. Or this color doesn't suit me, so that means I am not this season. This is actually a misconception. You cannot classify yourself to a season just by how well a color suits you. The same color can also appear in another season. For example, if you are a soft autumn like Lily Rose Depp, softer colors will still look amazing on you even if they are on a spring palette. On the other hand, if you're a dark autumn like Madison Beer, you may look great in both white and black colors. If you're interested, we will explain each subtypes in more details in another video. Your seasonal colors are not here to limit yourself to certain styles or trap yourself using categories. Instead, they are useful tools on your journey of self-discovery and to cultivate more self-love. If you're interested in other beauty analysis similar to this one, please subscribe to Beauty Bible and stay tuned for more. Thank you for letting us join you on your journey of seeking beauty. Embrace your season and don't be afraid to let your personal colors shine. Until we meet again next time.